Welcome to Lightworkers Unite, a sacred space for seekers, healers, creatives, and lightworkers.
We're your hosts, Mayume and Manjeet, and we're here to remind you who you truly are, light in human form.
Together, we explore spirituality, healing, intuition, purpose, and the magic of being alive in this extraordinary time. So take a deep breath, open your heart,
And let's walk this journey together. And we're on.
Hello.
Go.
Hi, Mayume.
Hello. Oh, I said halo. Halo. Hello. Hi, Manj.
That tracks with the angel healer.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I'm like,
Well, how are
hey.
you? Happy
I'm
spring.
good. It is happy spring. We're right in the throes of spring. Yeah. How are you?
Yes, I'm great. Really good. Man, this spring has been very, very transformative. Do you think? I mean, I don't know how many of our listeners are feeling that, but I thought we would just talk a little bit about the beautiful frequency of spring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
season has a frequency, has a energy, right? Has like a momentum, and I think it's really cyclical, right? Which is really, really cool.
Yep.
And so we just thought we would throw that out there and talk about what's going on with spring and our energies. What do you think of when you think of spring,
Oh gosh. We
Miss
were just
Mayum?
talking about this before. The word that was coming up for me was bloom. So obviously there's blossom, which I like. You said that. I like bloom, and to me, I see a tulip like in slow motion and a time lapse, kind of coming from the seedling, coming out of the ground, and then blooming. It just feels to me it's a time of coming out. It's a time of showing up. It's a time of metamorphosis. I mean, butterflies are
Yeah.
busting out of their cocoons right
Oh
now.
my
And
gosh, I
so,
love it.
yeah, or
A lot of
caterpillars, right?
a lot of
Caterpillars are
winged.
busting out of the cocoons.
No. Yeah, nope.
Butterflies.
Butterflies, yeah.
Caterpillars make the cocoon, they go in, and then butterflies come out. Yeah.
Yes, and the butterflies with the pupa and all the things, yeah, right. I know a lot of
All
winged
the
creatures,
things.
right? Like I think that's a really interesting thing, right? But yeah, I just it actually kind of made when you said that, that was interesting. It made me think about our oracle card that we have that's a
Mm.
winged creatures, right? Or
Oh,
winged
yeah.
messengers,
Yeah.
and on the card it's like this beautiful, like all these like dragonflies and ladybugs. And so I'm, kind of putting that together, right? That correlation of spring and metamorphosis and
Mhm.
transformation, and like also like maybe this is a really heightened time for receiving messages from the divine.
I think so. I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know?
And it's so funny when you were saying the winged creatures or winged messengers, I should say, creatures. Why did I get creatures? Did you
I
say
said that. I
creatures?
did. I
Okay,
did.
thank you. I was like, why are we saying creatures? Because our card doesn't say creatures.
No,
It
it
says,
doesn't.
oh my God, that's so funny. So, the birds, let's talk about the birds singing in the morning. How
I
much do you love
know.
waking up to the
Oh,
sound of birds? Why does
I
it make me so
know.
happy?
Well,
Right?
I
It's
think, I
beautiful.
think that it is this frequency we're talking about, right? And that's a great point, is like that birds, the singing, and it's sound energy. And we know that sound is a healing frequency.
Absolutely.
We think about, our
Mhm.
beautiful Donna from Kindred Healing, who we had as a guest, who's a, sound bowl practitioner. I think that's the right way to say it. But, using sound as passive healing, right? So I love that. Like you're right. The birds, it raises the vibration, like something's
Of
shifting, right?
Absolutely, and I know it's not spring all over the planet, it's just, different
Oh yeah.
parts of the planet, different countries, but it is still raising the vibration frequency, and I love all of the plants, the flowers, trees,
Mm,
I mean, cherry blossoms, hello.
I
So when
know.
things are starting to transform and they change and they evolve and they're growing into their next season, their next phase, I always think about, well, where are we? What am I doing? What's Manji doing? How is everyone feeling during this springtime, this change, the metamorphosis, the blooming? Are you
Yeah.
blooming? Do you feel like you're blooming right now?
Oh man. Am I blooming?
Yeah.
I definitely feel, yes. Like and I loved your analogy with the seeds, right? Like you put the seeds deep in the dark, in the ground, right?
In the
Where it's
frozen ground. Mhm.
burrowing into the deep darkness, and I just love that analogy of, like, sometimes we have to do that. We have to go dark, we have to go deep, we have to be contemplative, we have to be quiet, we have to be still, and that's like winter, right? Like
Mhm.
the early winter, the late winter, where we're kinda hunkered in, and we're in
Yeah.
that's a whole different frequency and process. Right.
Completely.
And then
Yes.
kind of the sun energy brings and rain is just a perfect combination with the elements, right? To
With
bring
the
that little
elements.
seed, to
Yeah.
bring that little seed up and out. So
I know. The seed that was planted back in fall where we were harvesting our ideas,
I know,
right? We're
right?
in the harvest mode, like, "Mm, what are we gonna plant that we want to grow and
Yeah.
watch?" So, yeah, and now here it is. I feel like that little seed, the little seedling, the little thought, the little
Yeah.
plan, the idea that we had has
Yeah.
come and broken through the ground and it's growing and now it's phew, I always
Yeah.
see a tulip, in slow motion
I love
it's
that.
kinda opening up.
Well, it's so funny because, we're talking about this little seed, and I know we're just kind of like riffing today, but this is so
Yeah.
funny how it's kind of morphing. And I pulled out our card, the Oracle card for the winged messenger, because it was really just top. It just kind of like really made sense when you spoke about the wings. I was like, oh my God. Um, for us in our Lightworker cards, it is a number 7, and it is a part of the Element series, which is air. So I just think this is really interesting how the winged messengers, it's kind of talking about looking to the skies. It says your angels, guides, and departed loved ones have messages for you. So you
That's
can kind
right.
of see in the card that, this is a very beautiful spring energy of like,
It is.
what am I ready to see? Like popping out of the soil, like what am I ready to like look at? What have I been missing all winter?
That's right.
you
What do
know?
I wanna listen for? Listening to the
Yeah.
birds singing, to me, it is there's so much energy around it, and I know us in the Pacific Northwest, God bless us here, it takes a little while for spring to really, when the sun comes out, we get a lot of the April showers, but
Hmm.
when the sun comes out, you can feel the energy of every single being who
Yeah.
is walking outside. They're in their bathing suits, they're in their shorts, they don't care. It's 60 degrees, but the sun's out.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Yeah.
people in California think we're crazy, but it's true. We
Yeah.
beautiful beings need that transition into the brand new season, and we're
Yeah.
ready for it. We're ready for the sun energy, the air, and then the sound of birds and the colors of the flowers and the trees.
I know we're in love right now with the
We're in
spring.
love right now. Can you tell?
Yeah.
Like, oh,
I think for me too, like, what I think is really interesting, I'm kind of tapping into like, where what are some of the words that I'm feeling around this energy? Like we're talking about opening up to spirit and winged messengers, right? Like all of your guides and kind of like I know for a lot of folks too, like if you do suffer from seasonal depression, this is a
mm-hmm.
huge turning point, right?
Yeah,
Where people are kind of like actually getting that dopamine, that hit, right? They're starting to feel really better about life and that life force energy, which is the sun. It is really, really critical for folks. And I think a lot of people up here in the Northwest, because it is gray. You're right. It's really gray out here. So this spring energy also brings to me, it feels, and maybe this is something for our listeners to think about when you tap into this energy that we're describing and what you're experiencing is what are some of the words that are coming to your heart right now? And I know for me, the big word is transformation
mm-hmm.
and hope.
I like
Which
that. Yeah,
I'm not. It just feels very, and I think maybe
hopeful.
too. This is yeah. It's kind of what I'm seeing in my clients as well. Like as an intuitive life coach, and when people are going through cycles in their life, this is a time where people are actually really feeling quite hopeful, and maybe it is just
Yeah,
coming out of that darkness and their energy and mood is changing. They're listening to the birds and like, I don't know what
yeah.
words, I know you said bloom. Any other words
Yeah,
come up
that
for
was the word that
you?
I yeah, well, that's so interesting because sometimes I agree with transformation, and transformation could be positive or it could be in a different trajectory that maybe you weren't planning. So sometimes as we emerge, this was one of the words I always feel like, oh, we're emerging. Something's transpiring. Something is really trying to change inside of
Mm,
us and
mm,
to emerge. And so perhaps, the flower emerges, and the the birds and the eggs hatch and they're all singing. It does feel like the planet and the seasons are supporting all of that. But what if the light worker is, oh, it's not all rainbows and sunshine and
yeah.
birds singing? What if their transformation or where they're emerging has taken them down a different path? And so for me, it is a little bit, it's about change. And whether it's, onward and upward or, oh my gosh, I have to switch gears and switch my path or I'm uncertain because something has blossomed or bloomed in a way that wasn't maybe what I planned. And
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I
Yeah,
know there's a lot of that. I have a lot more soul sessions in the spring. I don't know if
yeah,
that's again from the season where people are looking for transformation. They want to go
yes.
deeper. They want to emerge. So that was the word
Yeah. I
that was coming
love
up.
that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's a very fascinating time, I think, for
Yeah.
people in as a light worker, but also in the light worker fields, right? Like the spiritual practitioners, seeing these trends showing up in their businesses with their clients. And I think you make a great point. Is sometimes change can be absolutely fucking terrifying. Let's be real,
Terrifying.
you
It
know?
can be.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's not all sunshine and roses. So how do you like just to like throw it back for you, my sweet light worker sister.
Oh,
How
I
do
love it when
you
she does this, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know 'cause she gonna throw it right
I
back at
just
me.
come
I
here
love
for a
it.
coaching session with Manjeet. That's why I show up. Okay, go ahead.
No, no. I know. Well, I just think it's so fascinating because, your process might be something that somebody else is like really relating to, you know? But how do you experience great change? Like, how do you feel about like when things don't turn out the way they're supposed to? Like, what
Oh
happens
yeah.
to you? How do you handle that?
Well, it's a geez, it's a process. First of all, there's a lot of shock, right? Sometimes denial or like, what? This is not this was not in the making or my plans. This was not what I expected. Maybe it wasn't what I was visualizing. So that'll happen, right? I think I'm
Yes.
an excellent manifester, but when things take a turn where the universe goes, "Oh, sorry, there's going to be a blip in the road, a little
Yeah.
detour in the
Excuse
road."
me.
So, yeah,
Yes.
excuse me. And so when that happens, I think first and foremost for me, I automatically do this. I go inward right away.
Yeah.
Whether that's to hide out, okay? I
Yeah,
mean, let's
for
be
sure.
like I'm not I am thinking like I'm in the cave. I'm hiding out at first. I'm kind of going inward because I need to process what's happening and how I feel about it, and probably sit with the emotions that come with things didn't turn out the way I planned.
Yeah.
And so once I think I process those emotions of which is probably going to be sadness and probably some anger and then fear of like, well, shit, what's next then? Then what? Now what? But first and foremost, you have to go within, and it'd be really easy for me to, which I am guilty of doing. Come on, we all are, of maybe verbally lashing out, saying what the f, and and being angry at everybody around me, and even though it's about what's
Sure.
processing inside of me.
Yeah.
But once I go inward and allow myself the grace to process those emotions so
Yeah.
those energies don't get stuck in my body, and to come out and then for me, I really try to look at the silver lining.
Oh, I
I'm not
love it.
good at it, but and it might take some years. Okay.
Oh.
Or I'm trying to say weeks now, but big things
Yeah.
take years. But yeah, just some time to come up with something new. Why did this happen? Um, what does the universe want me to learn from this?
Yeah.
And is this path that I'm, you know, gonna head on now, how does it serve me?
I love it.
And
Yeah.
so what's so then you have to kind of flip it, and then this is yours, flip the script, right? That you say,
Mhm.
Okay, so this happened, and now I'm going down a different path. And how will this serve me, or how can I make it okay?
Yeah,
How can I change it so that it does serve me? What is the silver lining? How can I really work at making it turn out okay?
yeah,
There's
like
something
owning
in it.
it.
There's in owning it. Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
owning that
there's a
serious, yeah.
reason, you know,
Yeah, and that's a
usually.
hard one though, right? Like
God,
when things go
thanks. Thanks for
turn
asking that question on air live
I
for
love it.
me. Oh
It's
my God.
brilliant. I mean, you're so brilliant, and you are, like, that is so, it is brilliant, like, the way, you're right, you kind of internalize it, I think, everyone's process is so different, sometimes people pop off, but that work that you're doing inside with when you're, coming up against some big change that was not expected, you're right, there's really lots of different ways to kinda handle that, and
Yeah.
only and there's no right way other
Right.
than the way that feels like you are in your best alignment, like when you're being your authentic and true self. So, like,
Yeah.
for you, like popping off at people doesn't feel good. So, that's something you are doing consciously to manage that, right? Like, that's the beautiful thing about somebody who, like light workers that are wanting to be introspective, they get to make those choices. They get to go, oh, that, that was fucked. That's
Yep.
not what I wanted to happen,
No, that's what
but
I gotta
it
go inward
did.
first. Gotta
Yeah.
go in the
Go
cave
in.
first and just be like, I
Yeah.
gotta sit with this for a little bit.
Yeah.
Might be,
I'm
a little denial, like you wanna fight it, like that didn't just
Yeah,
happen,
and anger,
right? This
I
is
think that's really valid. I love that you
yeah,
said that because I think a lot of folks, especially women, have a very disenfranchised relationship with anger. They don't
yeah,
know. We aren't taught how to handle that. We aren't taught what it looks like, and we weren't modeled it, and we
yeah,
weren't given
yeah,
permission to be. I know from myself,
yeah,
it was
well,
like you be a good little Indian girl, and you put your head down, and you just keep walking, and you get through it. And so I love how you said, yeah, like giving yourself permission to be angry or be upset or do what you need to do and then moving through that, in a way that's powerful. I know very similar process for me too. When spring comes in and all these new things are happening and you're like, oh, whoa, okay, that's great, that's great, that's great, but that kind of sucks. But now I'm in the middle of that. I agree. I go inward as well. And I do a lot of work there too. Like it's been, I'm a little cancer crab, so I like it in there. It's
yeah.
quiet. It's really quiet, peaceful. But then I know I get to a place where I'm gonna ask for help.
Yeah.
So, right, I'll either
Mhm.
ask you, or call my best friend or my sister, or some kind of healer, right? Like get a soul session from you or have a life coach or get some Reiki or, like do some stuff that it's going to help me kind of flip the script because sometimes, we can't do it alone. So asking for help is also something that is really difficult for people to do, especially when they're going through big change, don't you think?
That's right. Absolutely, we need to
Yeah.
ask for help, and something that
Yeah.
females tend to not do. We really do try to do things on our own. I've got this, I've got all the
Yeah.
tools. I know what this is about. I have information. I've
Yeah.
I've read my books. I know what to do. But that doesn't mean that it's going to help you.
Yeah.
So even if you know all the steps and you do it, it's the support, it's the emotional support, it's the sisterhood, it's the other beautiful human being and light
Yeah.
being that needs to come and help support us as we go through that change or
Yeah.
whatever that was. So the new transformation, the new emerging during springtime when things do pop up and change.
Yeah. I mean, because you think about spring, right? Like, sometimes we have a gentle, beautiful little rain, right? And those
Yes.
are like nice little incremental changes in our life, right? And then sometimes we have a little bit of a downpour, a little bit of wind, right? And you're like, okay, this is good. Okay, it's good. We're good. It's like making the grass green, and that's really good, and clearing away debris. Okay, and then you get a fucking monsoon, right? And then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute. So it's almost like spring and the seasons. They give us these phases and she's guiding us. She's helping us understand
Hmm.
there are extremes, with change and it's how we want to perceive them and move through those changes that is really everything, isn't it?
Yes, it
Yeah,
is because it's inevitable change is going to happen,
I know. Do you
you
think that
know?
this change is like more abrupt? I mean, this because I'm definitely seeing this with my folks, good or indifferent, like or challenging, because it is the year of the horse. Like it is a different
Oh,
frequency.
it is a completely well, yeah, you mix anything with fire. I mean,
Yeah.
hello. Yeah.
Don't you
And a
think? And
horse.
wind, you have like,
Yeah.
like
I
the
mean, you're galloping. I don't know. I feel like yes, I agree, and mostly for the better, though. I think
yeah,
things are moving quickly is
yeah,
what they're finding, and they wanna get on the horse. It's like, "Wait a sec, I
yeah,
feel this urgency to go. Like, I wanna sign up for this class. I wanna do this," and, and I'm guilty of this too, like, things are showing up in my inbox. I'm like, "Yes." Well, if
yes.
it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. So it's like,
Mhm.
yes, I'm gonna do that. And I find this year has been much more of that, much
Yeah.
more of a less sitting with the decision and contemplating, or I'm immediately going, oh,
Done.
I'm done.
Check.
Check that I am on board. Yes.
I love
So
that.
I think that's the energy of
Interesting.
this year. And
Yeah.
which is so different from last year of the snake, which is a little bit more
Mhm.
uncomfortable and the shedding and
Yeah.
slow, I think of a snake that slithers and just the shedding of all the work you have to do. But a horse, man, is full speed ahead. So,
Yeah.
so
I
this spring and coming off of winter too, which is dense and cold, and you're like you said, hibernating. It's
yeah.
like coming out of the cave a little bit. It's a little jarring to come out like, oh, the sun, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, "Oh gosh, there's birds and butterflies and dragonflies and all the tulips are up and whoo, okay, let's
Yeah.
go."
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's like a very, it feels like a reset a little bit, right? Like a reset, and when,
completely.
like, when we talk about reset in the circles that I'm in right now with, like, my clients, that reset is deeply, deeply connected to balance,
Mhm.
right? And I love how you were saying, like, there's so much input, like, it's all good, but then it's like, how do I discern between, like, what I wanna say yes to, what I wanna say no to? We never wanna be a victim to the yes or the no, right? And so
Correct.
I think this spring is really kind of like putting us in that hot seat a little bit and saying, it's time for you to make a decision that is in your best alignment, that's going
That's
to
right.
allow you to transform yourself in a really positive way. So that balancing,
Absolutely.
that's like one of my definitions of balance is every yes has a no and every no has a yes. So, if that helps you discern between which great choice should I pick,
Yeah.
maybe that's a
Or
question you can ask yourself, right?
yeah. And mine is much more direct. If it's not a hell
Y-
yes, then it's a hell
Yeah.
no. Period.
Yes. I love
Like if I
that.
am not all in and like, "Oh my gosh, absolutely,"
Yeah.
then it's a no.
And that's kind of like the winged messenger card, right? That's kind of like, hey, it's time right now to like, just listen to your intuition, listen to your guides that are talking to you and giving you divine wisdom during this amazing and powerful time of transformation.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the time. And if you are struggling with that, hell yeah, ask yourself that simple question. If I
Mhm.
say yes to this retreat, what am I saying no to?
What are you
If
saying
I,
no to?
yeah,
Yeah,
and then you
because
can
it
come to
is.
that yes with power. That's the key.
Yeah.
We walk through those changes with power and discernment, and alignment. Like that, I don't know. This spring energy, it just feels boom, like bigger to me. Like you're I think it is. I think you're right. It's not the snake energy. It's like people are making big decisions right now.
Mhm. People are making big decisions, people are moving,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Relationships are ending,
Yes.
jobs are being, career paths and jobs are being, I keep like disheveled and and then
Yes.
yeah, so that's part of like
I
what you were talking
agree.
about when the wind comes in, the monsoon and the debris fall, it's like the debris choo choo up in the air and then it all falls and lands in different places. And you're like, "Whoa, that was heavy." And all of a sudden I feel like, wow, it didn't and things land differently for me now. I feel different about
Yeah.
my job. I'm not happy anymore. And I'm a big believer like, hey, if you're not happy in what you're doing, then you must make change because we
Mhm.
can't live that way. We are all beautiful light beings and we don't have time to be
Yeah.
doing things that we are not in alignment with and that
Yeah.
we're not finding joy in,
And I
really and
love
truly.
that because when you say making change, like, it is time when you're not happy or you're feeling that. And I just want to say, big change doesn't mean, right, we're going to like sell the house and fucking, move and quit your job. And it doesn't have to be that drastic. It
Right.
can be, right? Those changes can actually be. And that's what I think spring energy is so great about. It is incremental baby steps, that you can
Yeah,
take that are going to move you into that space of freedom, hope, renewal, transformation. But if we stay in that place of unhappiness, right? Like you're basically describing, like, oh, that I'm not happy in my job. I'm not happy here. I don't like to live here anymore. I hate my relationship. I mean, all the fucking things. Like when
mhm.
if it's coming to a head, what are some bite-sized pieces that you can take? And sometimes it's maybe just admitting that you're not happy in this moment.
That's right. First and foremost, proclaim it. Send it out there to the universe. So the universe is like, "Oh, did you hear that everyone, Manjeet is not happy right now? And so we gotta put in front of her some things that will make her happy." So she need but we have to speak about it.
Yes.
We can't just hide and be like, "I have all these thoughts stirring," and we have to
Yeah.
talk about these feelings and
Yeah, and I
in
just
order
said
to
spring energy
emerge.
just does that, right? It's like
Yeah,
forcing us. I think you're right. It's like saying, just say it, like get it
that's right.
out. Like it's
Get
time.
out of
Yeah.
the cave, sister, and stand on the ledge, look at all the trees and the birds, and what do you want? What do you wanna bring more of into your
Yeah,
life? What are you emerging as? Who are
absolutely.
you? Get in alignment, so time to
Yeah.
bloom, people.
Yeah. I think this is like what I feel is really happening with like our like light worker community. It's like this is the time we are reconnecting with our vision. And maybe our vision has changed, right? Like,
Oh,
something is
absolutely.
changing, so it's okay
Mhm.
to say, "My vision has changed for my life, my energy, where I'm investing my energy doesn't feel quite right. What are some nourishing practices that I want to include in my life now that I have been dismissing?"
Yeah,
So this
that's
is a
right.
great, like, inquiry for folks, right? Our listeners, like,
Yeah.
where are you ready to strengthen your limiting beliefs around where you are right now?
Yeah. And what do you like? I like the bite-sized pieces that you talk about. And what if there is just a tiny little baby step, a little
Yeah.
momentum forward? Take that little bite size forward in the direction that you want to go.
Yeah.
And that could start with proclaiming it, declaring it,
Yes.
telling people, I think I might need a new job. I'm looking for something else. Or maybe it is just journaling about it, like how you are
Yeah.
feeling right now and what it is that you want to emerge and start blooming. And with this
Yes.
season, what do you want to transform into
Mhm. Yeah, and
a
ask
little
for
bit
help. I
and
mean, if
ask
you
for
get to a
help?
place where you're going, this is a lot. I've got a lot of pieces and places in my life that are feeling a little out of balance, and I'm excited to like move in the right direction." Yeah, Mayum and I are giving you permission to ask to ask for
For
help.
help.
Ask your best
Yes.
friend,
Yeah.
do what you need to, like, embrace this beautiful power, harness the power of spring now and because guess what's coming?
Summer. Could you guys
Summer.
hear me whisper that? Summer, summer,
Yeah.
summer, summer,
Summer.
summer.
It's Mayim's
Yeah.
favorite.
It is, it's my
Yeah,
favorite.
it's
The
one of my
sun,
favorites,
hello.
yeah. But
It
that is all about, right, divine action and, just like is also like sun for me, summer that's coming is almost like a celebration like season. It feels
Uh-huh.
to me like I'm celebrating the things that I have created in the spring. Those big decisions that I've been making. I've been putting myself into alignment. And summer is the month where we get to reap the benefits of that, right? So just know that's coming. okay?
Yeah.
As well.
Yes, it's coming. Yeah, that beautiful sunshine. I love it.
I love
So,
it.
this was wonderful to chat about spring because it is
Yeah.
here and we're in it. And so
Yeah.
how are you feeling, light workers? How are
Yeah.
you embracing the springtime? What is happening to you? Where has your path changed? I
Yeah.
mean, you're in metamorphosis, we're in becoming, we're blooming, we're blossoming, coming
Yeah.
out of the ground, we're seedlings finally sprouting. So, what's happening? What's going
Y
on?
yeah, a great question I love asking people is, "Where am I being called?"
Mhm.
Right? To trust myself more deeply. Where am I being called?
Mhm.
What is ready to be to bloom? What is ready to to transform in my life?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I love it. Oh my gosh, ma'am. I'm ready to
Very
like
fun.
journal now. I want to journal this.
I know. I want
You've
to proclaim
inspired
things right
me.
now. I want to announce what I'm doing.
Me too. I love it. So please,
Oh,
if you enjoyed this, please, maybe send us a note, right? A comment on Instagram, or on our YouTubes, about
yeah.
if you resonate with any of these feelings that we're talking about with this magnificent spring energy. We would love to hear
Mhm.
that, and I think other light workers would love to hear it too, to know that we're not alone.
Absolutely. You're
Right? We're in
not
this together.
alone. Yes, and if you really want some help or some support, you can join us for our Lightworkers Lounge that we've started. So again,
Yes.
it's the two of us. We're not podcasting, but we are coming together in a virtual, beautiful container,
Yes.
where we are inviting anyone and everyone. If you feel you're a
Yeah.
light worker and you want to come join and sit with other light workers, we're just gonna have some fun. The next one is Wednesday, July 1st,
Yes.
at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. So we'll talk more
Yeah.
about it, and you can always find more information on our website at
Yeah. Yeah.
www.lightworkersuniteshow.com. Would love
Show.com. Yes, and there's general tickets for 33, and then there's an 30-minute additional, bonus session with Mayum and I directly, afterwards for the golden seat members, and those are 55. So,
That's right.
it's gonna be a really beautiful way for all of us to connect and, just be in community because 'cause we're
That's
light
right.
workers and we love you.
It's a
Yeah.
speakeasy. So come and speak easy with us. I freaking love speakeasies.
Spiritual
So
speakeasy.
excited. A spiritual speakeasy.
Yeah,
Come and
it's
join us.
awesome.
But yeah, that's
I love
many
it.
ways to connect with us. We hope that you will. And we hope that this
Yeah.
podcast helped you and served you in whichever way you needed most.
Oh
So,
yes. Thank you,
yay.
Mayum. We love
Thank you,
you.
Manjeet. Love you. Thank you,
Oh,
Lightworkers. Love you,
all
everyone.
right.
Thanks for joining.
Namaste.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for sharing this sacred space with us on Lightworkers Unite.
Remember, your light matters, your presence matters, and your journey is unfolding exactly as it should.
If today's episode stirred something in your heart, trust that it was meant for you.
From our hearts to yours,
May your path be lit,
your spirit strong, and your light be seen.
This podcast is for educational and inspirational purposes only.
The content shared is not intended to replace professional, medical, psychological, legal, or financial advice.
Always seek the guidance of qualified professionals regarding your personal situation.
Thank you.